Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. So we're continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're on season 3, episode 4. So partway through the third season. First season won the President's Trophy, lost in the first round. Second season, President's Trophy, won the Stanley Cup. And then this season, right now we sit at first place, but we still have 50 games left. So, things are to be decided. We just made some very big trades, sending away Tkachuk, who else? Danault and Moore, and then brought in Thompson and Keller. And we had just acquired these guys in the offseason, and we're making a change already. But if they don't fit, do something. Pretty aggressive, I would say, but, I'm an aggressive GM, I guess. So anyways, hopefully we're done all the moves we're going to have to make, but of course we'll see. And you don't know until you know, as the saying goes. So, so we're ready to keep going. One thing I just realized is I haven't even really looked at my goaltending. Let's get through a few games and then maybe have a look. Oh, God. I'm on a streak here of some injuries. Oh, that's frustrating. Like Podkolzin is on my first line. He's not supposed to be there. Ugh. And so it's Slave, and we already have our depth guy in, so we're going to need to pull somebody up. Now, thankfully, though, I think we've had some decent performance in the AHL for our defensemen. I think they're all averaging something like half a point per game, which is good for a defenseman. Plus 13, oops, let's just put only defenseman. So he was plus 13, 11 points plus 7, 13 plus 4, 4. It's not very good. That's not bad, 5 points in 11 games. 11 in 24 plus 10 is quite good. 9 in 24. 1, 3, 1. Okay. I'm tempted to give this guy a shot because, well, maybe not. Do we have the ages here? No. Because I thought he was younger than he actually is. All these guys are pretty much the same, except for Beaulieu there. Allard's. And this guy's actually the youngest, so maybe potential is top 6. Top 6. Top 6. Top 6. So you know what? We'll go with this guy because he's done well. Yeah. Kolyachonok. Man. Or Kolyachonok? I don't know. I'm not Russian. It's tough. All right. So we're going to give him a shot. Obviously not on the first line, but do we bump Haig direct to the first, or do we put Orlov in and shift them? Good question. 13, 12. Oh, I guess a good way to figure out his endurance, 92, 87, 90. So that's what we'll do then. Well, I didn't check Haig, but I'm nearly certain his endurance is lower. Yeah, so it kind of matches up where one guy's not going to slow down the line. I mean, of course, I'm probably overanalyzing, but wow, his endurance is quite good. Maybe I should have checked for this guy before bringing him up. Yeah, anyways, it's fine. Now, the one risk is, I think after the injuries, we're going to be over the player limit. So he could technically get claimed on the way out. But, so maybe I shouldn't have brought him up, but we need to get wins. So I'm okay. Ooh, what do we do here? Let's go like this. It's funny because our second power play seems better than our first. We will do Orlov and go back to the first input. Dobson and switch. What do I do here? Keep Orlov? I guess this probably is 12 points versus 13. You know what? I'm gonna maintain who's on which line. Not that it's of any critical importance, but again, I kind of treat this, even though I don't really need to, I kind of treat it like real life, so that apparently maybe familiarity, so like consistency of similar lines helps them perform better. I don't know. Did I have that right? No. So we'll put this guy in. Orlov goes here. And Haig goes here. Orlov. Yeah, we're starting to get into pretty rough territory when it comes to injuries. It's not, the end of the world. To be honest, we're quite deep. So we'll be fine. It's just, yeah. And that's kind of something that we're doing at the moment is, so I didn't comment on this at the beginning of the stream, but so from the trades we made, yes, we got rid of 3 players that were, sorry, I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time. We got rid of 3 guys that were second, well, 2 of them second line, 1 third line, and turned out filling in with well, two guys that we replaced for the second line. And that third guy we really didn't replace. We just kind of, sorry, I'm bad at multitasking. The rest, so the third guy we kind of replaced, split between a number of players. So we have a lot of depth right now. It's just the quality of our players is not super. So yeah, anyways, long story short, we're able to kind of handle these injuries, but the strength of our team is not ideal at the moment. I don't know the result yet, so we can't do that. Like, look at this. Pasternak. Beauvillier is not like a critical injury. Sider's not fully healthy, I don't believe. Or did I miss it and he was supposed to be in already? We'll double check that. And then Slavin's injured, so. Well, Mrazek is. Because we rotate 3 goalies, so nothing wrong with him at the moment. Yeah, see, I'm not crazy. I'm going to let it proceed. And sorry, I just did line changes and now I'm going to have to go do it all over again. I doubt we're going to want him. 6 points, it's not bad in 30 games. 2-way forward. If it's on line 4, he's a 1-way. 980. I think we're going to take him and bury him. Because he's not a bad option to come up. His stats aren't that bad. Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't think I would, but we will claim him actually. So yeah, so the goalie lost. That's 2 losses in a row, so he's out of rotation. I think that was quick. That was an away game, I believe. All right, so don't need to do those. Pasternak's not far off. Beauvillier is a month away. That's a while. And Slavin, we don't know yet. All right, so just made all those line changes and pulled that guy up, but so I'm gonna have to undo a lot. But I didn't know that was coming, and still I had to adjust anyways. So okay, so we want him out. Whoops. Sider in. Sider goes. Where was he again? So he was with Dobson. And I'm okay with Orlov staying on the first line, so that's actually good. Hagen Zaitsev is good for a third. And then what else do I need to do? So power plays, Sider comes in because he was our top performing D. Then so line 1. Orlov Pareko, Sider comes here. good. Extra lines. Sorry, I was just yapping out there for a second because I was thinking about the power play where there's two defense, but it's the right guys anyways. What do we do here? So that stays the same. Orlov there, so I think we'll go with Sider. And the rest is good except for goalies. Quick comes out, Wedgwood up, Mrazek as backup. So on the subject of goalies, 9-3-1 is quite good. 5-2-0. 9-3-1. Perfectly comfortable with that. 9-2-0. Also quite good. 7-2-1. I mean, 9-2-0 is maybe slightly low compared to the other guy. 9-1-4. 10-4-2. Man, our records are quite good. Now, one thing, so it might seem like, well, for one, that I have lofty expectations, and second, that those stats are, they're quite high. Well, actually, just out of interest, we'll take a look at the league stats, and then you can kind of see. But don't forget, and this was partially intentional, our associate coach is a goalie specialty. So, well, for one, not only is he good at pretty much everything, very highly rated coach, but also he specializes in goalies. His teaching is really high. So the effect on the team should be that our goaltending does extremely well. And especially so because he's one of the primary coaches, and his coach influence is high. So, I mean, I don't know the exact impact of how all these things have on a team, but you just assume based on the fact that they exist and that they must mean what they say they mean. So anyways, just something to keep in mind. And a big reason why I do have that is because if my strategy is to have three kind of, maybe average, you could even say slightly below average goalies and rotate through them, to add in that coaching element can really help stabilize it potentially. I mean, again, I don't know the full impact of everything, but it's a thought, at least in the back of my mind. And at the very least, still the strategy of three goalies makes tons of sense, because if one guy's not doing good, you have the next. And if that guy's not doing good, you have the next. And then if that guy's not doing it good, you just go back to the first one and see if he can do good. And it's worked so far. I think it should work in real life. And we kind of saw it this past playoffs. But anyways, I don't think they meant necessarily to do that strategy. All right, so a whole lot of talking, not a lot of moving. Let's keep simming here. Oh, and just on the subject of goalies there, so based on those stats, they all have good winning percentages, and all of them have a good save percentage, so there's no reason to trade any of them. So that was a home game. We're going to have our maintenance pretty soon. One of our requirements will do the upgrade rather than maintenance, and then that kind of bypasses having to do the maintenance. I believe. I think I've done it before and it works. So, but anyways, we're not doing that yet. Club seats soon, lower bowl soon, bathroom's not far away. And if you haven't seen previously, I always try to target around 50 or below, just slightly below 50 is when I start to do my maintenance. Okay, so I just needed to adjust these down. I'm trying to recall which ones. So that one went down, that one went down. That went up and that went up. So I'm yeah, so I think I'm pretty much at optimized pricing right now, but I've still got, I think, a bit of wiggle room on a couple of these. So it's just the upper bowl and executive suites that we can attempt. These ones I dropped down, I think, by $2, and we're still at sellouts. So, I mean, if it's off by $1, big deal. I don't really care that much. But those other two, yeah, and this one should be fine. Yeah, the other two, I haven't like pushed the limits quite yet. Prices, injuries, anything. And another thing, just for people that haven't seen before, I have this list of things to do after each game. So I just follow the list every single time to make sure that everything is hunky-dory, as they say. So one of them is to make sure that the goalie that's supposed to be the starter in our current rotation is starting, and it was Wedgwood, so that's good. And then other reminders, things like to do scouts at every 10 games, take a look at underperformers and trade every 20 games, and so on. So anyways, one thing I didn't check is we have a back-to-back, and I always play the lower goalie in rotation against the hard team, and then the higher goalie against the low team. Always, 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 in my opinion, try to get points in the bag. So try to dominate weak teams, and if you win against a strong team, great. All the goalies are essentially the same on our team, so in effect, it shouldn't matter. But essentially, what I'm doing is using the hot goalie with the weak team, and using the goalie that's just coming into rotation with the harder team. And again, for purposes of trying to win as many games as possible. All right, so yeah, Mrazek's in now, and we're good to go. 6-1 win, not bad. And they're our biggest competition for first place, so that's a good win. That was a home game, so we have to check the normal stuff. We're at 49 now, so we've hit the point when we're supposed to do repairs, but I need to find a good stretch of days where we're on away games. Again, I don't know the exact impact on like fan happiness and all that kind of stuff. So, but I just try to make it where the repairs happen on away games. So in theory, it shouldn't impact anything. So anyways, just from looking at the schedule there, it's after this next home game we're going to do that, because we've gotten a stretch of away games. Okay, so that's that. It was a home game. So we have hit our threshold, I believe, for upper bowl, so we'll knock it back down. And we're still not there for executive suites. We didn't sell out for club seats, so I'll put it down by 1 or 2. I think it's better to be safe. Let's do... Oh, is club seats the thing that needs to be repaired? Because that could be a factor too. Let's just put it down 2 anyways. Yeah. And I'm just going to check out of interest. Bathrooms, lower road, club seats, yeah. So the combination of price and maintenance, I'm pretty sure, is what's impacting the sales. And so that's where, I mean, in theory, you could be adjusting as the maintenance goes and all that stuff, but, or well, the deterioration, however you want to put it. But once I hit like a close enough price point, I just leave it. And we're pretty much there. I don't think any injuries. It probably would have told me. Oops. And then it's supposed to be Wedgwood, yeah. Cool, we can save. Nice. See, this is what I mean. So we got lucky and beat the hard team, and then we played against the lesser team, and I mean, it was a close game, but we won. So don't know necessarily that it makes a difference with going with the goalie that's on a streak, but hey, let's just pretend it means something. It's worked out for the most part, so. Okay, that was an away game. Pasternak's almost back. 4 days-ish. Oh, and Slavin's not gone for too far, so, or too long. So Wedgwood should be back in. And I always check because sometimes it flips it on you. Save that. All right, so after this game, I just need to make sure I don't keep simming through. Another injury. Because, yeah, we need to do our maintenance stuff. Do we even have an extra forward at the moment? I don't think we do. I think we're maxed out. I don't really want to put the defenseman. I know Pasternak is able to be dressed, but I don't like to... Did he actually turn out playing a game? No. What do I do? What do I do? Do I just play him on the 4th line? Because I don't know if I want to send him down and risk him getting... Is he waiver? That's a good question, actually. Is he waiver... eligible? I forget if that's the term. Because he might not actually be at risk of getting claimed. So yes, he can get claimed. Well, he's probably going to have to go down at some point. We have... Wait. Because Pasternak's coming back. Do I have a forward that I can pull up and yeah, Boyd, I don't care if he gets claimed really because he hasn't been that great. So let's just pull Boyd up. So Boyd comes in. He fits best on the third line, but he's not good enough to play there. Who's been best for us so far? 2 points, 9 games. No points, 9 games. 2 points, 16 games. We're kind of reaching here. Hinestroza. Face-offs aren't that great. Let's do that. Oops. 78 versus 75. So that answers that. Yikes, 7-5. Oh yeah, I almost started simming through. Good thing. Let's just save. Alright, so what's up now? So this one's close, but not quite there. So I'm not going to touch the rest, just the club seats for now. And the reason why I keep checking the... Sorry, one sec, make sure all these are good. The upgrade and maintain is... Oh, I forgot to record that. So because I minimize the money allocated to that... Sorry, one more sec. Yeah. At some point in the season, it says that I have insufficient funds to manage everything, and so at some point I'll need to allocate more money towards it, and so I don't know at what point exactly it starts to say I don't have enough money, so I just keep monitoring. Usually it's like halfway through, but I just monitor anyways just to be safe. Man, lots of injuries. So yeah, if you notice there, we've got a couple guys not performing. Well, I guess you could say one guy mainly that's not performing well on the fourth line. So he's almost certain to be gone. I think his name was Anderson there. I keep changing players so often that it's hard to remember. All right, so let's get up a couple days. I'm gonna wait because sometimes I think I've seen before where it says they're ready to play and then they're still not technically ready to play. So an extra day won't hurt. All right, so now we've got Pasternak back, which is a very, very important player to have back. And now we can actually pull some of these guys off the wrong line. So how's he done up on the first line? 6 points and 16 is decent. -3 is not good. But it shows that he can probably work as a, I don't know what the saying is, technically like a stopgap, is that? I don't know. Anyways, where he can just fill in for a short period. Okay, so he can go back here. Podkolzin's supposed to be a right wing, but he'll go to left because he's left shot. Voigt's going to come out, and Pastrnak comes in. Pastrnak, yeah, just wanted to double check he was our first line player. Look at that first line now. It's like, how it was to how it is. And now we have our full first two lines, which is very nice. I think technically even our third line, it's just our fourth line still off. I don't know who else is injured really. Okay, so now we got to finish all these all over again. Bedard goes down. I don't know for sure, but I know Eberle's not going to be there. I've got two defense. I think Eberle's better than a defenseman, if I'm not mistaken, from his performance. So let's just double check. 24 points. It's essentially not even a question. So Parayko's going to come out. He's got 21, which is quite good. Only 14, so that's correct. Then Orlov is a left shot, Eberle right shot. I always do opposites because I think it does better for one-timers in a number of things. All right, so now Bedard comes out. Is that right? Yeah, it must be. You know you're in good shape when Bedard's not going to play. Now, I believe Pastrnak is our scorer. I'm going to have to check that again. 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6. 5, 5, 5, 6. No, so Chubarov is the finisher. And then really it's a coin flip between Pastrnak and Hughes for zone entry and passing and stuff. What do we do? Well, Hughes has to be forward because he's a centerman. We're not going to put Pastrnak. So, what I could do is Chubarov center, Pastrnak wing. Hughes is decent defensively. What's his face-offs like? 76 versus 78. If there's no negatives, to the line, then I'll do that. Yeah, no negatives. It's a weird move to make because technically Hughes is a centerman, but it also works left shot, right defense, right shot, left defense. So we'll do that. And then that means it's going to have to be Pastrnak for entry and setup. Oops. All right. Oh, let's just make sure the other line. Yeah. Look at how stellar that is now. I mean, I preferred our previous lineup, but is this right? With Tkachuk, but it didn't work out, so Hughes, Chubarov. Huh. So what do I do then? This one's tough. 89, 89, 90, 92, 92, 87. How do we do this then? So Bedard. Ooh, what do we do? Thompson, Kane. That one actually might not even turn out. Hughes. Let's do this. Hughes. Pasternak. Bedard, Keller. We'll go Chubarov, Kane. Yeah. It's not ideal because they don't typically play with each other, but whatever. Hughes, Chubarov, Bedard, Chubarov. We'll do it the same as the penalty kill, so then it's Hughes and Pasternak. Oh, but Thompson's decent at forward, isn't he? Is he better than Bedard? I don't think he is, actually. No. Huh, so then... Who did we have? Yeah. Good enough. Then this one is... Wait. So it's Chubarov, Hughes, Pasternak. This remains the same. Bedard, Eberle, Sider. Oh yeah, we need to do Kane and I think it's gonna be Chubarov. I think it's super close. Who's doing better? 34, 21, but his goals are better. Let's go with Chubarov. Shootout. Now Pasternak comes in. Switch Pasternak with Hughes. I think that's... yeah, okay. Yikes, 5-0? So that means Wedgwood is out already. See, and the other good, so there's a few good things about running through multiple goalies is you can get really quick through the rotation, and it could just be a stretch of 2 games where a goalie's not doing well, and then once they come back in, they're playing well. It's kind of good because everybody's going to be fresh, and I mean, if it was real life, they'd be more like they're ready to go. Wouldn't be off too long for a backup, and wouldn't be on too long for a starter because there wouldn't actually be a starter. So I think it's I like the idea anyways. So this is the point that I was expecting. So it's not the end of the world because we're moving Boyd, and Boyd is not a big deal if we lose him. But that defenseman I don't really want to lose. Look at that, 7-0 win. So sometimes just a quick goalie change can turn things around too. I think that's another positive of the strategy. So anyways. Foligno's still not ready to go until next game. We want to make sure the correct goalie is in. Nice. Save. And yeah, if you haven't seen, I do manual save just in case I do some stupid mess up doing a wrong trade or missing something that's obvious and I shouldn't have missed. Because yeah, in real life, I mean, you would have a whole set of staff to make sure that you don't make a mistake. And thankfully, I didn't send down the defenseman because now he fits right in. Except he's a left, though. Does he shoot left? Yeah. Haig shoots left, too. So I trust Haig better on his off wing because he's a better defenseman, so we'll do that. No impact on power play. Tkachuk. That's a tough one. Oh yeah, the other lines aren't going to be impacted. And then extra lines. On these, I don't know if I necessarily need to do 2 forwards, 2 defense for 4-on-4. But it's probably the smarter decision. I think in real life, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point that's going to be a wrong decision where you should put 3 forwards, maybe even 4 forwards. Because with more open ice, maybe you might have more opportunities with more forwards. It's just a thought. It would be something you'd want people to test out. Multiple players. Wait for the same reason I've mentioned before. Just want to make sure everybody is fully healthy. Sure. Even though I'm not going to do anything. And the other thing I just remembered, and actually it's good timing because I need to do my scouting, is to see about if that top ranked draft pick guy, if he's going to be a franchise player. So then we know if we have to do any moves to try to get the pick. Okay, so who is back? Slavin not yet. So I think it's only one player in the end, even though it said multiple players. It's a forward, I think. Foligno. I think he's been our best pickup so far. Yeah, 6 points in 16 games. 6 and 16. Who was the other guy that was good? This guy? Oops. 6 in 19, but a -2. So Foligno's going to go up. He's a left shot, so that works. Who can be center? Hinestroza. Something I always try to do is get multiple people that are wingers / centermen, because then I can move people around a lot easier, so this works out. So see, now with just one healthy guy, our lines look a lot better. Minus Foligno's not ideal for this line. That's where we have Beauvillier. I think he's a better fit. And then one of these guys would be Scratch, which would probably be Fogel. But anyways, I don't think there's anything else. Except I need to check about goalies. So Mrazek's still in, but he had a loss, so he could be out next game. And yeah, like I said before, so it's either back-to-back losses or 2 losses in 3 games and a goalie's out. So we'll see. So he stays in for now. If he loses the next one, he's out. If he wins, he stays in. We'll wait for Slavin until the next day. That was an away game, I think, right? I think we're still on an away stretch, yeah. Okay, that we don't touch. Let's double check. So both guys are about the same time away. 2 weeks. And now our defense is back up to par. How'd he do? 1 game +1. As long as you're not negative, you're perfect. Or you are perfect for me. He might go to the second line or stay on the first. 17, 14. Interesting. Reward good play. Let's see what happens. $12 points in 33, 12 in 33. Yeah, I think that's better. Sorry, Pareko. You're getting bumped down. I don't know how many other changes we have. Nothing there. Here we will for sure. So this one's Haig, Parayko, Orlov, Slavin, Sider, Dobson, Orlov, Slavin, Sider, Dobson, Haig, Parayko. I think it also evens out our defensive lines, so I'm not. It's not really anything that worries me. And our performance, I mean, we're probably still first in the league, but it hasn't been as good as I would like, so. Yeah, anyways. So that's all good. Mrazek's supposed to be in still. I believe. Okay, so save. So he kept his net with a big 7-1 win, not bad. Man, my short-term memory is brutal. It was an away game. Okay, this is the first home game now in a while. Alright, so injuries, none. And I know it's supposed to announce when there's an injury, but I always just double check because I don't trust it. And see why I check the goalies is because sometimes it flips it on you for no reason. I think, well, technically it's because the overall rating for Quick is better than Mrazek, so it always optimizes, but for me that's not exactly what I'm looking for. It's not the overall rating, it's the recent track record. Nice, we've turned it around from a couple losses. This one I should maybe be doing. That one's really close and that one's not far. Where are we at? I should have maybe done it immediately after that last game, but give me a sec here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 home games. We've got a pretty long stretch there. So maybe let's do it after the Edmonton game. I think is going to be the best space because there's the week off. And we probably will only touch a couple home games. Oh, wait, no. So there's only one home game in this stretch. So after LA. And I think all of them can wait until then, so that's what we'll do after LA. Okay, so then that doesn't get touched. This needs to go down one for that, stays the same, goes up 2, we'll try again. That's 3, 1, and 5. So yeah, if you're wondering, I think I said before, I forget if I said in this stream, but I always record the optimal pricing for the season, and then that's the starting point for the next season. Or it was previously, and then I attempted to try something out, and that failed. So yeah, I think that's probably the best plan of attack. That's good. We need to make sure about goalie again. And that's why. And it's not a back-to-back yet, but next game will be. All right, back-to-back. Need to figure out who's going to be our goalie for each. 24 and 20. So it's going to be Quick game 1 and Mrazek game 2 because he still holds the net. And game 2 is the easier team. That was an away game, I think, right? Yep. Okay, injuries. Quick comes in. See, and that's why you play your lesser goalie at the moment against hard teams, because if you lose, then, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you don't want to lose to bad teams. So always play your better goalie, or at least in my case, the hotter goalie. Oh, that's the wrong one, so that's correct. So yeah, the hotter goalie against the weaker team. Oh, I missed my scouting spot. That's all right. Those were both away. So let's just do this first. I'm just gonna save just because. All right. Only have one player, and we probably scouted him 20 times already. Let's do that. So he is elite, so we're not going to have to draft anybody, which is great news because, yeah, we weren't really in the best spot to make a trade, so it'll be good timing next season. Let's do skills assessment, actually. And you know what? We're halfway through. So let's stop it at 40. So, I mean, in the end, we actually don't need to scout since we shouldn't be drafting anybody. The only way is if, for whatever reason, this guy flips or one of these guys flip to franchise, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if it even can happen, actually. Oops. The other thing, I mean, some of these elite players are actually draft worthy. It's just the problem is you don't know how good they actually are before drafting them. So I'd rather just trade for them after they've been drafted, because typically their trade value is not going to be crazy high. Whereas a franchise player, it's going to be maxed out. So yeah, so you don't want to. So you want to get the best value from drafting a franchise player in terms of spending assets, whereas with an elite player, you're probably going to spend less assets trading versus drafting. That based on what I've seen so far. And I mean, I've only played this for a few months, couple months. And otherwise I haven't played this for like 10 years. But that being said, don't count me out because I'm playing on the hardest level, and I back-to-back President's trophies and Stanley Cup in the second of the 2 seasons, and already we're leading the leagues, so probably not crazy. At least we know that. Or or I'm not crazy in a bad way when it comes to the game. Maybe that's the actual case. Maybe I am in fact still crazy though. Okay, so scouting's done. Technically also we were supposed to do our trades now. Should I do trades now? I did it early before. You know what? I will. Or wait, no, sorry. I did it. Maybe I don't do it yet. This one's a tough one. Nah, let's just keep going. Okay, so now we have to send this guy down, unfortunately. Being over the... I have to send down 2 people? No thank you. Can I trade from this screen? Oh no, what do I do now? See, this is something stupid, like how I have no alternatives but to send down 2 people. I can't trade people. Like the fact that it limits your options when in real life you would never have these limits. You'd be able to make the moves because you would know the guys are healthy. It's not... Auto fix roster, make more roster. Jesus. Oh, okay. There's a cheat around this. Thankfully I remembered. These guys... Oh, but he has to go to... So there's a kind of cheat. So Chubrov I can do, but I'm going to have to risk Kolyachonok. Chubrov can't be claimed because he's still on an entry level. Fingers crossed on Kolyachonok. Doesn't say he was claimed, so... Safe. Lucky. Okay. So thankfully, that's where those entry-level contracts have way more value than sometimes people give them credit for. So, okay. So now, what's some quick fixes I can do for this? It's only one guy, right? See, it says substitute in all lines, and then it doesn't substitute in all lines. So, oh, it did. But it's, it was the power play strategy thing that it had an error for, but that's fine. Okay. All right, so well, I was questioning on if I was going to do trades, and now I have to. So that is fine by me. Final score 11-0. Wow. Okay, so so this wasn't bad, all those injuries, because we got to test out a number of players all at once. And now we're going to know who, let's put this in order by overall, who we are keeping and who we're going to trade. So Anderson hasn't fit well. He's got 1 goal in 12 games, -3, which is just not good enough. Beauvillier's been injured, but 2 points in 2 games, so at least was trending well. Foligno's been good, 9 points in 23, which is quite good for a third, fourth line guy. But Cole's in. Had a -2, I think. He's fixed that, 9 points. I think most of those were when he was on the first line, but still he's done well. Fogle, I don't think has 3 points in 26. It's not bad. It's somebody you could keep. Hinestroza, 4 points in 19 is quite good. I like that. So Fogle is borderline. And then I think we already have the answer. And so what we are going to do is also trade away some of the other players who haven't been up to snuff. So we'll start with Anderson. Now we could do, there's a couple of different routes. We could do an upgrade, a 2-for-1 upgrade. So him and maybe Fogle for a better player, and then that way we're kind of improving. I think that's actually a smarter decision. So if any teams are going to take both at the same time, do I really want to get rid of them? 3 points in 26. Yeah, that's not good enough. It's not bad. I mean, we could keep them, but not quite there. So yeah, if you take a look now, we've got these 2 assets added together, plus whatever else we could add together. And so now we can actually upgrade on a player who probably will be a third liner. He would have to be a third liner, but preferably somebody that can also go up to second or first. So how exactly do we want to target? Oh, and I need to figure out about cap space. Okay, so that'll tell me. So I have 4.3 if I trade these 2. So I can get back somebody 4.3 or less. And preferably less, just because of space to pull people up from injuries and all that stuff. So Lundstrom, no. Oh, and we want a forward specifically, my bad. Jones, did I check? He said no. No. Didn't we have him before? He's only got 1 year left. I want to get somebody that we're going to keep, or at least have the option of keeping. 18, not quite good enough. No. Those are AHL numbers, so nobody there. 23 points. No. White we've tried before. Kerfoot, no. We won't go that low. DeBrusque, performance isn't good enough. Studnicka. Krebs, no. 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 $24, not quite. So I'm trying to look for over half a point per game. And then otherwise the other criteria I mentioned before. Frost, 21, no. Barbashev, no. $25, 1, 3, 2 years. Is he just over what I can afford? I think I said 4.3, right? Yeah, he's just over. That sucks. Because he was a guy I considered, I think, in the off season to pick up, and then didn't turn out getting him. I guess maybe I could be looking lower for one of those developing guys. Just the problem is, so if, yeah, I mean, if they're going to be up for contract, then, but then I'd control their rights, so I could keep them and trade them anyways. We'll only do that if we need to. I don't think we have enough to get that guy. 30 and 45 is not bad. Line 1 though. Valeno was somebody we were considering before, but he would be like fourth line, not quite good enough. Yamamoto, but he's an RFA. I think he was just given, I don't know the exact details for him. 27 points, no. 26, no. 18, he was great with us before. Center, our third line. Huh. We could go back to Lawton, so that's not a bad idea. We might have to trade him after the season because he'll only have 1 year left. That's a thought because he fit with us well. What else for Hagee? Real life, I like him, but his stats aren't good there. Bennett, no. Same with him, I like him. Velarde, 37 and 46. What's his line? Only line 1. Okay. Not good enough. 37. Line 3. No years left. It's not good enough. No. 32. He fits. Not good for contract. $29. No. So the only reason we got rid of Lawton is because we thought Moore was going to be a good fit, and then he wasn't. So to go back to him is actually to go back to the original plan, essentially. He's not bad, and he fits. What's his contract? Not bad. And he's better overall. 25 and 39. And Lawton hasn't played well currently in Edmonton in this game. I don't dislike this. I think I prefer it. I'm going to write him down here. So that is Doc from Montreal, then Lawton from Edmonton. All right. fits. Bad contract for long term at least. 31 sniper. Yeah. Doesn't fit. No. I want to get this Courtnall guy, I think it is, but we don't have the assets to do. Let's just try. We have a second. So that's just shy. 7th. Can we pull it off with a depth guy that we don't want and they do? I very seriously doubt it, but you never know. Fogel, he's already there. Anybody else you like? Ryan, we just picked up. You can try Ryan. I mean, we got him for free. No. There's nobody else really, I don't think. Void. You can try. Yeah. It's a nice thought. I mean, technically, we give up enough, but the joys of having it on the hardest level means you can't do pretty much anything you want unless you want to blow away all your assets. All right. Let's go back to the routine. Olano. I don't think I even want him anyways. Wallstrom, no. Trennan, I doubt it. Zykov, who are you? 29 and 47. Third line. You're a rookie. 29 and 47. Centerman. Well, we just discovered with the other guy that we couldn't trade for him. I think this he appears to be slightly less. So, do I even attempt or don't bother? Why not? Over the salary. So it's not even going to work. All right. Where were we? No. Not bad, but no. Why has he only played 9 games? Nobody else. You guys are this bad? Man. I don't want Svechnikov. 28. No. 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 Storov. 29. Doesn't fit. So yeah, like I was saying, I could maybe go for one of those young guys, but I'm not going to bother right now. Because the thing is, we want to win the cup. I'd rather have a higher overall player. We can develop, like, you know, a guy here, a guy there, like we had the other guys on the third and fourth line last season. But now they're like first and third, so we don't really... I mean, we could put them on like the third or fourth, but I just don't think it's the time right now. Because technically those other guys are still developing, and so maybe next year, next season. Wait, did I just look at the guy and he was fine? No. 25. No. 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 $32 points. Doesn't fit. 26. Not good enough. And Lowry. 29's not bad. First line, yeah, right. Carter technically fits, but no. 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 Alright, so that leaves us with what we had. So I'm actually going to go with the Kirby Dach trade. I think that makes the most sense. Oh, but it doesn't line up well. And also they don't want those players. What does Edmonton? Does Edmonton not even like them either? Huh. So then double up on the trades? These two guys to somewhere else for assets and then repurpose the assets, I guess. Let's find a mediocre team to trade them to. Can we... So 20 and 22. 17 and 22. $17 and 23. So Chicago it is, except they don't have the contract space. So Ottawa it is. They've got lots of space. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna want a draft pick. We want, what kind of draft pick? Is this going to go as is? Maybe. It will. Okay. So maybe I can ask for more then. do some other miscellaneous player. Let's try Foligno. He hasn't done well. Yeah. Let's try him. Okay, let's try him and Foligno. No. Them and who else has done poorly? Is Hardman a guy we picked up? Who was it that we have? I think it's Highmore that we have and we don't want. Maybe not, I don't know. $14. He's been good. He's been good. Who was it then? I could have sworn there was another guy I was meant to get rid of. Hmm. 17, 13, 7, 18, 15. All of our defensemen are doing good in the AHL. 16 and 28. Gustafson's the lowest. Let's try this. It would work, so let's try. Who was the other guy I was trying to trade? Now I can't remember. Fitzgerald. That's it. Oh yeah, but it's not going to work. Let's just do this then. Good enough. All right. What's wrong with our lines? Just do that for now. Alright, so that's step 1. Save that. Step 2. Now we need our player, which was Montreal. So if you won't take players, then you will take draft picks probably. Alright, so we don't want... Oh, I should have gotten 7th from the next season, but that's too late now. Is this going to be enough? Probably not, but let's try. 7th, and we'll ask for one of your unsigned players, 52 at 18, 64 at 19, 61 at 18, 61. So best one should be this guy. No. What else can we give you? Polino? Very seriously doubt it, but okay, what else? So you don't want anybody that we have. Folio. I think I could have tried one more thing in between, but that's okay. I think I don't need to do roster moves. Alright, so we got our guy, and also we have time to spare to test him before the trade deadline so that we can decide on what to do. Okay, so Zaitsev's gonna get scratched. Kirby Doc comes in. Oh, that's why I'm looking at my lines and I'm like, why do I have Beauvillier on the first line? He was a fill-in for something, and then I just remembered Chubrov's in the AHL. He's not supposed to be there. So now it makes sense. And so we actually have the luxury right now of 2 depth forwards, which is a huge luxury. And Doc is supposed to fit on our third line, and he does fit perfectly. He can go up to the first too. So that's actually the right mix of things. Okay, so he shoots right. His face-offs are 76, and Bedard is 73. They all shoot right, unfortunately. Huh. Is there any difference if I switch? No. Is there any difference if I switch? No. Alright, so Kirby Doc can play on his off wing, or just Bedard? Let's do Bedard, actually. But he's a natural center. Let's just do that. Okay, so problem solved there. We have Beauvillier. Oh, so it's just one depth forward. Anyways, close enough. But our forwards are like, look at these, look at these lines. Like Kirby, Doc, Bedard, Everly could be a second line for sure. Keller, Thompson, Kane could be a first line. And then we have like a superstar first line. So not bad. All right. So we're going to have a few changes here. Chubarov, Hughes, Pasternak. Bedard is better than Doc. Let's see. Wait. 6, 3, 3, 4, 6, 9. 6, 3, 3, 4, 6, 9. 3, 3, 4, 6, 9. Yeah, so Bedard is better than Doc offensively. And so Doc's going to come into this line. Jeez, look at these. These lines are ridiculous. Man. And the luxury to be able to put Doc off of the four-man power play. It's pretty lucky. How is Doc defensively? I don't think that's his strong suit. No, so he's not going to play penalty kill, extra lines. Not these, but the 3-on-3s we will. Ooh. 309978. 309978. 309978. 309978. So wow, Everly's technically still better than Doc too. So then I shouldn't have changed him on the power play. What happens to our rating? Still says +5. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about going 3 forwards on the third line, or third 3-player line. But I think Sider's a better decision. Oh, so it's a forward and a defenseman that we have as the depth guys. So in any case, that's ideal as it stands. So one other thing just before I keep going. So I got rid of those assets that were for this season, and we still sit with that second round pick. So we've repurposed some things. Oh, I guess I should. Let's go save this. I should trade away those guys that I was looking at before and just pick up. Oh, and yeah, and sign a couple. There's 2 free agents I wanted to pick up. So we have Foligno, hasn't been good. Fitzgerald. We'll start from there and see if anybody wants either of them. Not surprised, the answer is no. Who has cap space? Not that it matters, they're both AHL players anyways. 7th round, let's try 6. See if they'll do it. I doubt it. I doubt even 7th. We did, I thought, pick up one of those unsigned guys that I can trade. Yeah. So this should go through, maybe even for a 6th. So let's try that. Seventh. Still no way. Anybody else we want to get rid of? Walensky hasn't played. Does he have? He has no years left, and he's not even going to play. So let's try. No. Anybody else? We re-sign him too, eh? Huh. Seven and 12. Is that good enough? 9 and 14. I think it was. Oh, maybe none of them. I don't know. Hey, that works for me. Alright, so we cleared out all the players that haven't played well. One thing I forgot is how is Sogard doing, because he was supposed to develop and he hasn't. Let's just keep him for now. Probably trade him in the off season, I'm guessing, but we'll see. Alright, now there were 2 free agents I wanted to sign. So Hayden and McCarron. There's Hayden. And McCarron. There he is. Cool. So that's done. Those were the last guys on my list to sign. I'll just leave the rest because it's not that important. Just gonna leave one other note here on my document. Okay, so those are done. Where was I? Oh yeah, because of the whatever. What am I doing now? The people getting healthy, I was trying to fix that. So now what I should check. It's because Shubrov we sent down, and I don't know if I double checked if all the lines were correct. I think I went through them, but I don't know if I double checked. Okay, so that's all done. That was a home game, I think. So we're supposed to do that maintenance already, but we won't. So we hit the cap for this one too, so that's good now. Lines are good, injuries are good. So I'm supposed to have been done about 5 minutes ago. What I'm going to do is get to the maintenance stuff and get that done. Just so that's I don't have to think about it. What's this guy's story? 2479 defensive defenseman is always a no. Cool, cool. So Beauvillier is back, I'm assuming. Prices, good, and good. So yeah, we've optimized our prices for the season. There, like I was saying, with the maintenance stuff, you could probably adjust up and down by $1 or so, or two. But it's not worth the review, so I won't be reviewing prices. I might every now and then, but for the most part, I won't. Injuries, there should be none. And then I have to bring Beauvillier back. Now the question is, who comes out? 11 points in 24 plus 12 is extremely good. Man. 4 points plus 3. See, this is all the little tweaks I do throughout the season to optimize all the lines. Because, like, man, do these lines turn out pretty good sometimes. Yeah, 11 points in 27 games plus 1. So, like, there's nobody really to pull out. This is the worst, and that's not even bad. So, Hinestrosa is the guy. Beauvillier comes in. He was 2 points in 2 games and then got injured. Okay, so who can play center? None of them. Now what? Can anybody do face-offs? 65, 65, 65. 11 and 27. 11 and 24. Doc goes to the 4th line? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, we'll just go without a centerman. I guess we'll do that. And then nothing else is going to change. Alright, and then we are simming after LA. So I'll get to after Philly, I guess. Trying to end the stream and then now I got this again. Alright, so in this case, I guess Doc goes up. Pasternak shoots right, left. I guess. Then this solves the other problem, I guess, of not having a centerman. So let's do this. And then what's his face comes in. Alright, and then I think these are all straightforward fixes of just, not quite, where Doc comes in to replace Chubarov. So this is going to be, we'll reverse this. So Hughes, and then Pasternak. Hughes, Pasternak. And here, we'll keep Bedard, I guess. All right, so Bedard, Keller, Hughes, Pasternak. No. What we'll do is Bedard, Kane. Oops. And Doc, Keller. Hughes. Who is the other center? Hughes, Thompson will do. Oh, yeah. Then why do I not have him here? That's my bad. All right. Hughes, Pasternak, Kane, Bedard. I said. Is that right? Pasternak, Hughes, Kane, Bedard, Keller, Thompson. Pasternak, Hughes. Hughes comes up. Doc goes back. Kane, Thompson, Keller, Bedard, Eberle, Sider. Kane. Pasternak. Hughes. Who else? Keller, I think. Goalies, Mrazek. And I think that's it now. So we're really due on a couple of these maintenances. I'm just going to double check on the prices there. No other injuries than the one we just had. Make sure Mrazek is in. Save. back-to-back. So I actually think I have to change Mrazek. Ooh, it's close. 27-19 to 27-19 to. So they're basically dead even. This is at home, and this team has more losses, so I think I'm going to keep Mrazek in. And then I have to do my repairs right after. I can't forget, because every day counts. Okay, so let's save there. Next, we need to do maintenance. So this is going to be an upgrade. That is still good. And see, this is what I mean. At some point, we're going to not have sufficient funds, and this is why I keep checking. So now's the point. So lower bowl will also do, but not bathrooms yet. So I need to allocate more money. Let's just put it up to that for now. Repair. Okay. Not quite enough. Still not enough. Okay, so everything's done here. Bathrooms are in almost, but we can wait. And then parking lot will do very shortly. Oh, stupid thing, I pressed down. This should still be good. Now, that was a home game. Any injuries? Just the one. Switch goalies to quick. Save. And so what I'm going to do is sim this last game and then sim through the break, and then we'll end it there. Cool, I guess. All right. Oh, and if somebody gets healthy, well, Chubrov's the only injury. Yeah, so I'm going to do that as well. I might as well before I forget. Let's just sim through the break. Ew, what's his story? Two-way defender. So far looks good. Doesn't fit. What's his overall? 79. Nah, he's not even worth dealing with. Because just the cap hit's gonna, I don't know, mess around with things potentially, but whatever. We could just claim him and trade him, but I'm not gonna bother. Okay, we're through the break. Now, that was an away game, so we don't need to do anything. I want to check, out of interest, how far 13 days, and then that's done, obviously. Don't need to do that. Then we'll fix up the lines and we'll end there. So we actually have a fully healthy lineup finally. How did Beauvillier do? Man, he's been doing great. Wow. How about Duck? Because he got moved up in the lines. Not well. Like, come on. If he keeps playing poorly, we might trade him right away. Because we know in Lawton, at least, we've got a good player. So, even though his stats aren't that good right now, we know he worked with us. So, stupid Doc, we just picked you up. Okay. And then most of these are quick and easy, I believe. So Pasternak is these two. Chubarov is this one. Oh, that's what it was. I almost forgot. So it's Hughes comes down. Chubarov can play center. Did he go up another overall? I think he did. Jeez, man, he's developing. I mean, he's a franchise player. He's expected to, but I won't complain. So here it is Bedard, Hughes, Pasternak, Chubarov, Kane, Hughes, Chubarov. Oops. Bedard, and then why am I keeping Pasternak with Hughes when I can do Chubarov and Pasternak? I think that I'm gonna go and change another one elsewhere because of his endurance. So that was penalty kill, I think. Technically, Chubarov's better than Hughes, so why am I doing it a different way? Pasternak, Chubarov, Keane, Bedard, Keller, Thompson, but where's Hughes? So Kane, Hughes? Is that what I had for penalty kill? Yeah. Okay, and then... Oh, and I should have Bedard, Keller. Oops. Pasternak, Hughes, Chubarov, but Chubarov goes here. Keane, Thompson, Keller, Everly, Bedard, Sider, I was supposed to switch that, I think. No, wait, no, I wasn't. I don't think. Mrazek was the starter, and he is in it. Okay, so then that's good. Oh, and I'm supposed to do my scouting. Let's just do it. Then there's no more thinking about stuff. Alright, so that is sorted. And now I don't have anything I need to think about next stream, at least to start. Okay, so that is going to be it. Let's just have a look at where... you know what? Let's see how some stats are doing. So Hughes is doing great, 55 and 51. Kane, he was doing worse before, but now he's improved. 30 goals already in the season. That's quite good. 50 points in 51. It's very, very good. Thompson, I only haven't seen how he's done with us, which he's done great, so he's fit perfectly. Point per game on the second line is the target, and he's pretty much there. Keller, point per game pretty much on the second line, so that's what we're looking for. Trubarov, a bit lower than you would expect for him, but 24 goals already is quite good. Bedard, 39 points in 51 games, and he's playing third line minutes. He does play some power play stuff, but that's really good. How's his endurance is still a bit low to be given consideration for the first line, but Eberle's actually picked it up too. He wasn't doing that well before, and now he's got 33 and 51, which is perfect for the third line. I mean, it's perfect for a second line on a normal team, but my expectations are quite high, so and it's meeting my expectations, so that means you're doing especially well. Pasternak, 32 and 32. He's just missed a lot of time from injury. Does he have... Yeah, his durability score is maybe a bit low, so maybe that's why he's injured. Orlov, look at him, 30 points in 51. I thought we signed him for longer. Well, anyways, we still have him for 1 year. We'll see how that goes. Doc, not good since he's been with us, but we'll see. Slavin's picked up, it looks like. Foligno's done fantastic. Sider, he's dipped a bit, I guess. So I think Slavin's taken over Sider's spot as more or less our best D. and the rest are just depth guys and defense and whatever. So, yeah, so pretty much everybody's performed dead on what we want. We got to figure out what's going to go on with Doc. And beyond that, pretty much our lineup is set, which is really good news. Now, where do we sit in the standings? I think we're still probably in first. We are. Holy jeez. So look at, way to go. Look at the margin now between first and second. And that is the entire league. I thought I was missing somebody because Carolina was second for a while. And where'd they go? Man, they like just tanked. Wow. So anyways, look at that gap now. We're nearly 10 points ahead. And we still have 32 or 31 games, left. Wow, that's quite good. It's felt like we've lost more games than this, though, so I don't know where we sat at the same point last season, like if we're trending as we should. But, I mean, if you take a look at all the players' stats, and the fact that we have only a third-line player to figure out what to do with, and he might still even work out, I mean, that tells you that obviously that we should be winning and that we should be doing well. So anyways, so looking very good. We're number one in goals for per game, which is pretty much always my target. I always want that. Well, so my, as crazy as it sounds, my expectation is highest in goals for, lowest in goals against, as crazy as that sounds. Or as close to it as possible. So maybe second in goals for, first in goals against, or first in goals for, second in goals against, something like that. That's kind of my targets. So first in goals for by a decent margin, 0.19, which is quite good. And then goals against, we are first as well. So we have to have the best goal differential because if we lead in both, it has to be true. So that means we have a goal differential of 1.18 goals per game, which is a lot. To average a goal and more per game better than your competition, that is quite good. Power play, we sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is fine. I think in the NHL the target's top 15 for special teams. Most teams aim for that. Penalty kill, I think we're still kind of subpar. So we're halfway towards the bottom-ish. So not that great. But again, you know, no big deal. We're dominating pretty much everywhere else. So very good. I'm very happy with that. It looks like we're on pace to win another President's Trophy unless everything falls apart, which seems unlikely. And on top of it, just don't forget, we've gone through so many injuries in the past little bit to critical players, and we're still in first place. And on top of that, by a margin of, I think it was over 10 points if got bad short-term memory. But anyways, so we're killing it. Super satisfied. Again, it still feels like maybe we're not doing that great. But because we've had a couple streaks of losses, but I feel like a 2-game losing streak is bad. And in real life, like, you can go sometimes up to like 10-game losing streaks and it's still not the end of the world. But anyways, I was just looking at it. The fact that our losses is 1/3 of our wins that's a huge winning percentage. So anyways, so we're doing quite well, super satisfied. Not fully satisfied because we still need to figure out about our third line player. Doc is currently sitting there. We don't have much time to decide on him because the deadline must be coming up very shortly. So we've got 3, 7, 10, 11 games until the deadline. So we'll probably give him the full 11 games, and we might even go with Beauvillier and move him up to the third because he's done quite well. He's been like a point per game, and he's playing on the fourth right now. So we might just undo what we just did, trade Doc away maybe for assets and go from there, or maybe even try. So we might trade some underperforming depth players and maybe get a couple picks, and then maybe try to pull off one of those trades for another like awesome player, like the one guy from the Islanders we were thinking about getting. So we've got, lots of options. We could just do a draft pick and save it for next season. Who knows? But we got to play out the games and see if he fits, and then go from there. So, anyways, that's where we're at. Took like 40 minutes more on this stream than I meant to, but hey, just wanted to accomplish a couple extra things there and get to a stable spot, which we are. So, we'll leave it there. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Channel homepage has upcoming streams that I can schedule. Next one is, I believe, on the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. What day is it? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, so then it should be Thursday, I'm guessing. Anyways, I'm not going to bother looking, but you can see it on the channel homepage. 9 p.m. Eastern for that. We're going to recap all the free agency up to that point. And for things I can't schedule on the platform ahead of time, like franchise mode, that runs Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, unless I specify otherwise. You can see that schedule in the About section, and I'll also make notes if there's times I can't make it, which I still have to remove a couple notes from days that have passed already. And then Be a Pro is whenever I have time or feel like it. And any comments, leave them in the comments. Suggestions likewise, and we will see you. So I still have franchise mode tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll probably get past the trade deadline, and then I don't know if we'll get much further. But anyways, we'll see what we can do. So anyway, see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in.